Come out wherever you are. I see you. Right there behind the tree.
Damn it! How are you always on the ball, but everything?
Daddy knows best.
Look, Bonnie.
Huh? Are you serious? Damn it. Oh, you're literally right in front of me behind the tree.
No, I'm not.
You're right there.
You're wrong.
I'm looking at you.
No, I'm most definitely not behind that big tree.
I can see you.
No, I'm not!
There he is.
Damn it! Look what you made me do. You know, in the midst of you being a fucking asshole and such a crazy-ass, ugly, tooth-decaying slave driver, we got some pretty amazing fights coming up this week. And the biggest, most important thing about these fights, it's in Toronto, Ontario, the coolest city in the world. Home of the Toronto Raptors, Toronto Blue Jays, Toronto Maple Leafs, T-Dot, the Six.
You call it the Six?
This is like 416. That's like the majority of the area code in Toronto.
That's ridiculous.
What? Shut the fucking hell up! God, I just want to strangle you to death. If I had my nunchucks here, I'd fucking nunchuck you in the face.
Where's your chain, babe?
It's here.
Put it on.
Make me. Okay. All right, guys, welcome back. We have UFC 231 this Saturday in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. This event doesn't bring one crazy-ass title fight, but two crazy-ass title fights. This is each the rebooking of both of these title fights. So knock on wood, they make weight, which they will because they're professionals, right?
But I don't have my summer ball.
Not you. You don't have to make weight. You look great. He looks awful. We are going to start with Toronto's own Elias Theodore against Eric Anders. Now, Elias Theodore is Toronto's superhero. He's my superhero, too. Elias, you see this? Can you please just, after you whoop Eric Anders' ass, can you please come and save me? Eric Anders is 11-2. Fantastic record and a huge knockout artist. He has won in his last 3 fights. With his last fight coming in, he only came on short notice, which is fantastic to step up against a guy like Thiago Santos and losing by TKO. But nonetheless, he still put up one hell of a fight. Before that, his last loss was by split decision against the Dragon, Lyoto Machida, former light heavyweight champion. Although he has not really fought the who's who and won against the who's who or any names that really any of us know or give a damn shit about, he is super, super tough, and when he touches you, man, you go to sleep. But you're fighting Elias Theodore. Other than having the most gorgeous hair on the planet.
That's not a real fact.
You're right. Second most gorgeous on the planet.
Didn't mean you.
I don't care, I'm taking it, bro. Also, fun fact about Elias Theodore, he's only lost twice, and by decision. He's never almost been rubbered or almost been put away. Elias Theodore has a fantastic gas tank. So does Eric Anders, but Elias Theodore is a ruthless grappler, and that's going to be the difference in this fight. Eric Anders is just going to go for that TKO, that big knockout, that big one shot that's going to put Elias away, but it's not going to work because Elias is a very well-rounded MMA artist and the future of the sport coming out of Canada. He can go for 15 minutes, no problem. In one day, when he goes for that title shot at that main event slot, he'll be able to go for that 25 full minutes as well. He is super exciting. He's not one of those lay and pray fighters. Eric Anders, are you going to be able to push up at this pace? I'm not so sure. You're a big muscular dude, and that could be to your demise because we have a super fit guy in Elias Theodore, an absolutely beautiful, sponsored by Perd Plus. No, I'm serious. They are both ruthless. They are both relentless. However, Eric Anders is not used to the pace that Elias Theodore is going to bring to the table. I do think this is going to go to decision. Elias knows what he's getting in for. He's going up against, I don't want to say one-trick pony, but yeah, a one-trick pony. A guy that's going to go out there, put his head down, and just start swinging and trying to catch Elias in the mix. But Elias is just going to be calm, wait for that moment, and get close. Close that distance, a little dirty box, and try to take him to the ground and successfully do so, mark my motherfucking words. And Eric Anders is going to find real soon, shortly after the bell rings, what he just got himself into. So Theodore, you're taking this by unanimous decision. Talking about Thiago Santos, we have a huge light heavyweight clash against Thiago Santos against Jimmy Manawa. Now talk about two heavy-hitting sluggers going at it toe-to-toe, trying for one thing and one thing only, and that's to put the other fighter directly to sleep. Thiago Santos has that kill or be killed type of attitude, going out there for the knockout almost every single time and successfully doing so, or obviously being the victim of a knockout, as we saw against that fight against David Branch. But Thiago Santos has fought the best of the best, other than beating Eric Anders, and of course, my favorite Canadian fighter thus far in Elias Theodore, Theodore. He has also fought but come up short against Gegard Mousasi, and of course beating a rising light heavyweight sensation in Anthony Smith. Thiago Santos has something that Jimmy Manawa does not have, and that is a well-rounded stand-up game where Jimmy Manawa, although he's so strong and so powerful, we're just talking about his fists, ladies and gentlemen, because his legs are about as useful as Bonnie's oral sex game, am I right?
You're dead.
Yeah, I know. I'm always going too far. But Jimmy Manawa is no slouch. He has literally fought the best of the best in the division. He's coming off a 2-fight losing streak, but we are talking about losing to top contender Volkan Oezdemir and new top contender Jan Blachowicz. But he's put away guys like Corey Anderson. He's beat Ovin St. Preux. He's beat Jan Blachowicz before, but he's lost against Anthony Rumble Johnson and Alexander Gustafsson. He knows what it's like to fight these heavy motherfucking beasts. But if I'm gonna lay this down to you right now, I think the difference in this fight is going to be Thiago's stand-up game with his kicks, his total Muay Thai game. I don't think Jimmy Manawa is going to be able to handle it. I think this fight is going to end really, really fast, and it's going to be Jimmy Manawa getting TK the owed in round 1. He's going to go in there and engage and just be so hopped up and excited to get back in that win column, but Thiago Santos has more tools in his arsenal. He has those knees, those leg kicks, those elbows, something Jimmy Manawa does not have. And Jimmy Manawa, coming off those 2 losses, we've seen his chin. He can get rubber now. He can get put away, and Thiago Maneta Santos smells that. So as long as he keeps that distance and just stays a little bit patient, that opening is going to present itself, and Jimmy Manawa, Thiago Santos is going to take him out in that first round mark. My words!
Why do you have so much rage?
Because you make me angry. I'm always on the edge of my seat. I'm scared to death half the time, and then when I get to go out here and just unleash my rage, I'm just pretending that I'm strangling you to death. Now we got Alex the Cowboy Oliveira from Brazil. Yeah! Going up against Gunnar Nelson from SBG Camp. Fuck! I hate those guys. Now let's backtrack. Obviously, everybody knows I hate SBG Camp. They know I hate that Dylan Dennis, stupid son of a bitch. They know I hate Conor McGregor. He's the stupidest cheating motherfucker ever, and he's a big-ass pussy tapping out on every chance he gets. Sponsored by Interact. Tap, tap. Get it. Okay, cool. Gunnar Nelson is very, very humble. He doesn't talk at all, maybe because he can't really speak English very well, but that's besides the point. He doesn't talk a lot of shit. He is not one for the social media. He's just one for training, learning every tool he possibly can, and bringing that to the octagon. Now, he is coming off a big, devastating knockout loss against Santiago Ponzinibbio. And why? Because Santiago Ponzinibbio brought the fight to him. Usually we see Gunnar Nelson in the win column beating guys like, like Alan Jabouin and Albert Tumanov. Gunnar Nelson is very good at the jiu-jitsu game. The one thing about Gunnar Nelson is, much like the rest of the SBG camp, they're so tough until someone actually stands dedicated to trying to fight them, meaning not backing up and giving them space, putting the pressure on and backing them up. Now, Alex Cowboy Oliveira is also a kickboxing specialist. Alex Oliveira is not known to be a slow starter or a slow finisher. He puts his gas tank pedal to the metal since the beginning of the round 1 to the end of round 3 or round 5, depending what situation it is. But we got a 3-round fight this year, ladies and gentlemen, so that's what it's going to go to. But come on, Alex Oliveira's fight Yancy Medeiros, Carlos Condit, losing to Donald Cerrone. Yeah, another cowboy in the division, but he knows how to fight these strikers. He has fought the best of the best as well, and he is ready. He is there knocking on that door to be one of those top 3, top 4 contenders, getting ready for that next title shot, probably in the 2019 year if he keeps his streak alive. I think that Gunnar Nelson has been off far too long, and I think Gunnar Nelson, proven by the SBG camp, I think that he's going to be a little more hesitant than Cowboy Oliveira is. Cowboy Oliveira knows that Gunnar Nelson's going to try to close the distance, try to get it to the ground. Cowboy Oliveira's going to get those knees ready, those uppercuts ready, and that clinch game ready for Gunnar Nelson to come on in so Alex Oliveira can just take him out. I think this fight is going to be capitalized in round 2. Cowboy Oliveira is finally going to get his consistency going at that end of the first round and taking that momentum into the second round. He's going to find those openings and engage with Gunnar, put him against the cage, and just put him away for that TKO finish. Now we're going to go on to the first title fight, a women's showdown between one of the best kickboxers ever to grace the MMA world in Kazakhstan's own Valentina Shevchenko, going up against the reigning boogeyman or boogie girl, whatever, former strawweight champion. We got Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Now, Joanna Jędrzejczyk used to be this unstoppable woman, just taking out everybody. She was absolutely undefeated, just annihilating total one-sided beatdowns until she came along and fought Rose Namajunas, and Rose Namajunas, pow pow, knocked her the out. Now, the thing is, you would expect this bitch to be humble, but she's not humble. She kept talking her shit, saying Rose Namajunas got really lucky, but then they fought into Rose Namajunas again, and Rose Namajunas owned her ass for 5 solid rounds. Wasn't even close. But then she came back and she fought Tecia Torres, a formidable opponent, but not a really well-rounded MMA fighter. But Joanna has put away some of the best other than Carla Esparza. She's beat Jessica Andrade, Carolina Kurlakenflix. Just look it up on Google, please. And of course, Claudia Gadelha, fighter. However, she is going up against a much bigger, in my opinion, athlete in Valentina Shevchenko. Valentina Shevchenko knows what it's like to fight these big fighters that should actually be fighting at 145 and even 155. She's fought Amanda Nunes twice and controversially lost those fights. Both times. They could have honestly almost gone either way. She could stand with the very best and very biggest that these divisions have to offer. There's no doubt in my mind or anybody's mind. This is not going to the ground. We have amazing Thai kickboxer going up against amazing Thai kickboxer. I think, however, the difference in this fight is going to be the size advantages. Okay? And that is presented when we look at Valentina. Joanna Jędrzejczyk is not going to be able to even get close inside Valentina Shevchenko's head. And that's going to piss her the fuck off, just like it did against Rose Namajunas in their second outing. So if I'm going to call this fight is absolutely going to decision. It's going to be a tactical fight, and it is going to go the whole 5 minutes, and crowning the new champion of that division, in my opinion, to be Valentina Shevchenko. Now we're going to the main event. We got the featherweight title on the line. Finally, this fight is happening. We got Brian Ortega, T-City, going up against Hawaiian Zone Max Holloway. And Max Holloway, f*** you, man, for losing to Conor McGregor years ago. But I still love you, man, because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? He is on a 12-fight win streak. And his last 2 fights are coming via TKO against the former featherweight kingpin, and so far the best featherweight that's ever lived, in Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo, TKO, twice. He's fought Jeremy Stephens, he's fought Cub Swanson, Anthony Pettis, Ricardo Lamas. He has fought them all. He is a stand-up banger. He can fight on the ground too, but he is relentless. He can get hit. Look at those last 15 seconds against that fight against Ricardo Lamas. It was absolutely crazy. He dropped his guard, wore Ricardo Lamas' heavy shots while delivering heavy shots of his own. Is that going to be frustrating for Brian Ortega? Brian Ortega's last fight is coming off a victory in which no one's ever done successfully throughout their whole career, and that's put Frankie Edgar away to sleep, like gone. And he's also had his chance at beating Cub Swanson as well. He's fought a very similar style resume. God's sakes, he knocked out the Carpenter Clay Guida. No one knocks out Clay Guida, ever! But let's just face fact. If you can't tell by my rant already, I am extremely confident that Max Holloway's winning streak ends now.
Okay, I am certain there's no fights tonight.
Not today. No, I mean the weekend. Saturday, December 8th in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. But I do think Brian Ortega's got what it takes. He is currently undefeated, and I think he's going to remain that way for a little while. This guy's jiu-jitsu is literally second to none. And if we noticed anything in his last fight against Frankie Edgar and Clay Guida, he bears some serious knockout power. So Max Holloway, although I think you're going to put up a great fight, I think Ortega's going to get in there. He is the much bigger fighter than you are, and he has a long reach too. I think he's going to be able to find that way in there to grab you, and once he grabs you, he's going to basically give you that Khabib Nurmagomedov effect.
His name's Brian.
I was making a comparison. I think that T-City is just going to be able to take you down, ground and pound you, maybe take your back and get a beautiful submission, which is what he's so profoundly known for. And that's it, guys. That's my wrap up for UFC 231. It's gonna be a big one, it's gonna be a bad one, it's gonna be a fucking beauty one. Thank you so much for watching, and we're gonna... Ow! This chain is...
Oh my god, calm down, baby.
But the chain is ripping the back of my hair off. I'm trying to grow these beautiful locks to be like Elias Theodore, and it's just ripping...
Don't care.
You don't listen to anything. Oh, look, Bonnie.
Huh? Baby? Is that you? Oh, you sneaky son of a bitch. Yoo-hoo, you forgot your headband.
Oh, I did? I have it right here.
No, you didn't.